Welcome everybody to the Elite Mob podcast. I got a special guest with me today. My name is Mob Miz. I'm gonna send it off to the special guest to introduce himself. Go ahead, my brother.
What's going on, everyone? This is Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast. I'm AA Ron, and I'm glad to be here. I love all wrestling, as you can see in the name. I love wrestling, regardless if it's AEW, CMLL, WWE, you name it. I love it. I might
Yes,
have my own opinions and critiques, but at the end of the day, I just love pro wrestling.
hey, you're entitled to all that, my brother, and we do love the fact you love wrestling. We're here today to do the AEW Grand Slam Mexico prediction show. This should get interesting. I guess we'll dive right in. We'll go over the two. We got six matches announced for the card so far, and we also got two Global Wars matches announced, and we'll go over them first. I'll read over the match. I'll let you go first, and I'll follow up, so that way we'll stay in that order. Um, the first match we're gonna go over, I guess we'll start with the Global Wars match. This is gonna be Ring of Honor versus CMLL. We got Athena, the forever champion. I mean, she's damn near going on 1,000 days at this point. Uh,
Nothing lasts forever, though.
yeah, for real. With her favorite minion, Billy Starks, going against Thunder Rosa and Persephone. Persephone, not sure how to exactly say it without the accent, and I don't got it. So, who do you got winning in that match?
Uh, this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say who are the two ladies from CMLL? Persephone.
Well, Persephone is from CMLL, and Thunder Rosa is technically AEW, but they
Yeah,
do have.
Thunder Rosa. I think it's gonna be Rosa and Persephone, and this is gonna probably be the twist. Well, I don't know about twist. I think Billy Starks will take the L, and it's gonna upset Athena. I think I'm going to go here at Supercard. Is it Supercard of Honor for Texas? I
Yes.
think it's going to be Rosa and Athena for the ROH Women's title, and maybe Rosa wins.
Ooh,
That's
that's
what I'm thinking. Thinking this is going to lead up because after last week and Rosa held that title up, I think that's what they might lead to. Unless they do it on a Ring of Honor show, which to me that's a big match. You'd save that for the pay per view. But I think
I
it's going to be Rosa and Persephone.
right. So I was leaning the other way. After listening to you, I need a quick second to think here. Um, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna stick with my choice. I'll go Athena and Billy Starks. I do agree with what you said. I think that there may be a few other ways to get there, meaning Persephone or Persephone might take the pin, or may cost somehow Thunder Rosa to take the pin, causing them to maybe feud for a second before Thunder Rosa gets to Athena. I think it might be a good way to keep showcasing CMLL. Um, but I think your prediction is probably the better prediction after you said it. I'm just gonna stick with my gut. So I'll go Athena and Starks winning here, leading to the same feud you said. So we'll see how that goes.
Hey
Um,
man, you stuck to your gut on Mercedes Monet and Jamie Hayter, so look how that turned
yes,
out.
yeah.
Don't
Sometimes
bet against the machine.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta stick with your gut.
Yeah.
Even if your gut starts turning, you still
Yep.
just stick with the original plot there. This one is interesting. Um, I'm interested to see. I don't know if I've seen like a one-on-one Blue Panther match in. I mean, I've seen them, but just not in a very long time.
I
Um,
think it wasn't a 1-on-1, but I seen him. I think it was Black Panther, Major League Wrestling. They're in a tag match not too long ago.
yeah, I've seen even I might have seen him in a trios match even in like the past month, but just not in the singles. And I have questions with his endurance after seeing the show last week with him come out there. I know he's a legend and all that. But I do have questions one on one with Lee Moriarty. So this is the match. Who you got winning this one? Lee Moriarty or the absolute legend Blue Panther?
I think the Ledge is gonna take this one for CMLL, get a big pop. That's what I'm thinking.
I'll make it short and sweet. I think the same. I'm thinking a short match. Blue Panther might work Lee Moriarty and definitely get the win here for CMLL. CMLL. Um, Now we'll get straight to the card. We have 6 matches announced for Grand Slam Mexico. Now, the first one I guess I'll bring up is gonna be the 12-man tag. On one side, we got Adam Cole, baby. We got Danny Garcia. We got Brody King. We got Templario, Bandito, and Atlantis Jr. all on one side. Going against FTR, the walking weapon Josh Alexander, Hechicero, Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher. 6-on-6, 12-man tag. Who you got winning here?
Mm, this is a hard one. I'm thinking the heels are gonna take this one. That's what I'm thinking. Think FTR and them are gonna get the upper hand, and I think they're gonna win this match. Which Dex has been on the socials lately and been calling out a few folks. So yeah, I think FTR and company. I think they're gonna take this one and win. Maybe by by cheating or the numbers game.
Hey, listen, it's hard to disagree there. Um, I'm looking at the two big matches, like the 10-man and the 12-man, and I'm assuming the Hills got to take the win in one of those matches. And I
Has
think
there
you're
ever
right.
been a 12-man tag match before? Like at all?
I
I've seen
think they
10-man several times.
they've done it before, I believe on Zero Hour. I think they've done it on regular
Okay.
TV too. We're gonna have to definitely look into that. But they've done it a few times. Hopefully they don't go no bigger than 12-man tags without making
Hey
it a
man,
battle royal.
Tony Khan's all about pushing thinking outside the box and pushing that envelope because, there's never been a 4-hour wrestling TV show in the history. It's been three, but never been 4 hours. And he did
Yeah,
it. So
back to back weeks too.
back to back weeks, too. Wasn't just one week, it was two.
Yeah.
Which I
So
rewatched Summer Blockbuster, man. Man, hated I couldn't see it live, but it was still good to
yeah.
see it again later on.
Yeah, I fell asleep a little bit during it. I had to recap it the next day. We're still gonna do a recap. Believe we're supposed to do a recap on that either tomorrow or the next day. We'll see how that works. But I'm gonna agree with you. I got Hechicero in the Hills, Callis family taking this victory right here. Um, because I don't see the Hills losing all night. And looking at the card, I don't see, I mean, that many spots for Hills to win. So I'm gonna lean right there and take the same pick as you. Um, Moving on after the 12-man tag, we have a 10-man tag. The Death Riders, which they're gonna have 3 of their people, Yuta, Mox, and Claudio, along with the Young Bucks, going against Samoa. Well, the Ops, all 3 of them minus Hook. So we got Hobbs, Joe, and Shibata, along with Osprey and Swerve. 5-on-5. Who you got?
Hmm. This is where I think the baby faces might take. I think Ops and them. I think they're going to win one for AEW, and think I want to say I think Yudo might take the pin in this one, and maybe some interference, maybe with some Hangman at a page showing up and interfering, getting involved. Uh, Maybe even Gabe Kidd. So I mean, he just became the global heavyweight champion. He's about
And
to be in the G1 Climax tournament. So I don't
yes,
know.
I've seen you
I
use
got
Mox's move too, right?
yes. And
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Did he
Yep.
just used the Death Rider? What?
Yes, he
So
did.
and he had the logo on his knee pad, the
Yep.
Death Rider logo, so it's official. I'm hoping we see him at All in Texas, but I don't know. He might be busy with that G1 Climax tournament,
Yeah.
unless he takes an early L. But
Hopefully not.
uh,
I love Gabe Kidd right now.
Oh, Gabe Kidd. I loved him too. And I love that global heavyweight championship. It looks great.
Oh, it's an amazing
Uh,
title. Absolutely.
but yeah, I think the babyface will take this one. Uh, Ops and company. I think they'll win. Maybe, who knows? We might see Hook show up, and whose side will he be on?
That hook dynamic is interesting because we don't even know what he's mad about yet. So I am a little bit intrigued to see where they go with that. I mean, we all obviously have ideas why he could be mad, but there's not really nothing etched in stone. I don't feel like it's gonna be as clear cut as him saying Hobbs took my spot, you know? So I feel like there's gotta be a curveball in there, right?
What I'm thinking, and this is what I'm thinking. John Moxley, he started to get in Jack Perry's ear like a few months ago before Perry left, which hopefully he'll return back soon. I
Yeah,
miss Jack Perry.
yeah.
So
Skate.
what if he gets in Hook's ear and like, hey, we can help you out, win some gold, and we can win
He'd
those
be good.
trios titles
He
back.
looked good with the Death Riders.
I mean, he does look good with them Death Riders. So
I
who knows? I think we might see Hook be switching sides here. I think Jack Perry might return and get involved with the Elite with Young Bucks. I think he'll show up. Maybe all in Texas.
mm,
Maybe with. I think they're gonna go with Swerve and Osprey
yeah.
versus the Young Bucks and all in Texas. And who knows? They might. That's where Jack Perry might show up. And when it looks like Swerve and Osprey are gonna win,
Yeah,
here he
yeah.
comes.
Here
He's
comes the
gonna come out from
scapegoat.
in the ring or
Does
something.
he come? Does he come out with
Yeah.
the goat mask? Does he wear the mask when he comes out?
No, I don't think so. I think he'll be like sneaky. Like he'll come from the crowd, or he'll come from underneath the ring or something. Or it might be an entrance. He comes out, he rips that goat
Yeah, see
mask off, and
that entrance was badass for a couple of
it
weeks.
was.
That's all I'm saying.
I do miss
So
Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Man, I was listening to the theme song in the gym the other day, and I was like,
yeah.
man, I do miss
I mean,
that.
I wouldn't mind him and Luchasaurus going back together for one more run. Now that Luchasaurus, we've seen he's healthy. Been healthy
Well,
for a couple
I
of weeks.
saw AEW blog share on X. It would be nice for them to just return to be a heel tag team,
I
and
wouldn't mind him as
they
I
could
wouldn't,
run with Scapegoat Jack Perry and Luchasaurus as heels. And who knows? It could be where Luchasaurus gets tired of the patriarchy and Christian Cage and rejoins Jungle Boy and or Jack Perry.
I think they should just take him out of the patriarchy. I think he's been injured long enough where if he popped up for Perry, I think it'd be fine right now. They could still play it down the road, but he could easily pop up and just be with Perry right now. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Um, maybe that could be up his sleeve. Maybe it could be the Young Bucks up their sleeve.
Yeah. Either way,
They
I
get
like
a
Luchasaurus. I like to see him back on TV. So TK, figure it out. However you decide to use it.
yes.
I have
And
no
please
problem.
give the man a title run.
Yeah,
TNT title,
something.
something.
He actually had a TNT title run. He just never held the belt. Christian had it.
Yeah, but give him with the belt. Holding that belt.
You know, it's
Luchasaurus awesome. I love Luchasaurus.
it's crazy.
He's freaking amazing in the ring. A big man like that, moving the way he
Yeah.
does. Like it's impressive.
I don't know if you got a chance to check out any of his work in Lucha Underground, but yeah, he just got it, man. He got a good look to him, and he could do a lot of the moves that the smaller wrestlers can do. And like you said, he's
Hmm.
a lot bigger. So, and then he got the hard hitting aspect. He got a good gimmick, but I think this kind of goes into one of the things that I was talking to Took and Turnbuckle about. Um, and you let me know if you agree with this. Now, I know that TK wants to do more like sports centric wrestling and stay more along the lines of like realism versus like too much out the box, right?
Hmm.
Um, but sometimes he needs to lean more into that a little bit. Like like the supernatural, if you got something, lean into it. Or like even like Luchasaurus, like lean into it, give him more of like a lore or like a aura to him. It's fine. Like we know that you're more sports centric, but it's cool to do it once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like lean into it. Like I think that was one of the things with the House of Black where it wasn't leaned into enough, that part of it, because they want to keep it more like reality based. But just give us a little bit of it. Not telling you to recreate the Undertaker now, but it's fine. It's fine to dabble a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I can slightly agree. I do like this reality and sports side of it because
Me too.
nowadays with social media, like when you see someone like Luchasaurus, or I mean, and like even like Uncle Howdy or the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, God rest his soul.
Yeah,
Um, we, you know, it with social media, it kind of hurts. Like, cause the thing with the Undertaker, right? Like, he never got on social media, even when social media came out, until he retired,
yeah,
because he wanted to keep the aura and the mystique of the Undertaker. Like, who is this guy? Can he really call down lightning from the sky? You know, which we
yeah,
don't
yeah,
really know. But just keeping that aura in the ring, and we never saw really till now with this podcast and everything like that, the real personality of Mark Calloway.
yeah.
So I think with social media and it kind of hurts kayfabe a little bit in that kind of
Yeah,
aspect.
kayfabe, yeah, it murdered it. Kayfabe got hit
Yeah,
the buckshot lariat.
yeah. So it just so I like the realistic sports side of it because it it kind of still protects kayfabe in a way
Yeah,
because when I see Luchasaurus in the ring, even with the mask, um, if he's taking pictures outside, like a selfie or something, he still has the mask on. Or it's what some do if they wear masks, they like a little emoji over their face where you don't see it.
yeah,
But it's them, but you'll never see their face because they're trying to protect that. Um, I kind of like that. So I never
yeah.
really, like, even though I was a big fan of Undertaker and a big fan of Kane and even Bray Wyatt, I never really liked the entertainment side. Like when you had him call lightning from the sky and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Now, it was fun, but at the same time, it's like that's where, because when I go back and watch the old school days, right,
yeah,
the territory days where they kept it basically sports centered. It wasn't you didn't really see crazy like Undertaker type characters or anything. It was the reality of those wrestlers, either their names or just their name with an alternate last name. Um, it to me, I like that because when you see him out in public, you're not. If you saw Mark Calloway out in public and he didn't have his Undertaker stuff on, you'd accept it more. But when you have the entertainment side of it, when it got brought into by Vince McMahon, that's where sometimes, to me, it can kind of hurt the business because that's where a lot of people make fun of the business and everything. But with us, like it's entertainment. Just
yeah,
like when they go watch a Marvel movie, Spider Man ain't really slinging webs out there in New York.
yeah, yeah.
So it's a double edged sword. Like, cause I like the entertainment side, but at the same time, I lean more towards the sports
The sport.
centered, because just like this morning when I watched New Japan, that was fun. It
Yeah,
was great. Um,
that's sports based wrestling. Clearly, hard hitting too.
yeah, and then when you have that, then the whole storyline aspect, it's not really necessary, and not a lot of people get caught up into it because you don't have those kind of characters. You just have them going out there wrestling, and oh, we're going to have this tournament for this title. We're going to have this tournament for this, instead of having to be solely focused on we got to do this story, we got to do that story, we got to do this. So, what if we did this character with that story? Um, because sometimes it hurts because like look at the Wyatt Six right now.
Yeah,
Like
that
they're
he,
kind of, to me, they're in a directionless, you know, spot. Like what are we doing? And then you had all five of them off when you had one wrestler that was injured. Like, what are we doing?
that's yeah. I don't understand that. You should have kept them strong and made a story into him being gone for a little
Yeah,
bit of something. Maybe going to recruit, a la maybe Alexa Bliss. Like
Yeah.
while she was gone, maybe he was gone, going to bring her back, but for some reason they couldn't think of things like this. It's
I
like
mean, Pop got injured. You didn't see the Death Riders disappear, and even
yeah,
though the title may have disappeared, but you don't see Death Riders gone. Like
yeah,
they're still showing up every week. Like, oh man, we lost a man. So what do? They go recruit another great kid.
yeah.
Okay, we
When
gotta
you're
keep the
when you're
numbers strong.
when you're 5, 6 deep, you shouldn't evaporate because one person's gone. It just
Right.
it's silly.
Like,
Um,
sorry, but to me that was really
yeah,
ridiculous by WWE. So,
yeah,
but people want to make fun of AEW. So
yeah. It is what it is. That's how they. It's but you know what? It's more popular to hate on AEW than it is to hate on WWE, and that's the catch.
and
WWE
that's
has
why I
so
defend it so much. A lot of people say, "Well, how do you don't see you hate protect WWE?" Well, that's because
because
WWE right
there's
now.
already 5 million people doing that.
like, you have some hardcore AEW fans, which is
Yeah,
probably 5% of the fan base, probably
yeah.
that will take shots at WWE constantly, and
Oh yeah,
WWE
it's
sucks, and
annoying as hell, bro. It's like
it
that.
is like that's why
Annoying.
I'm like they both have their pros and cons, no
Yeah,
pun intended. They both have their hits and misses.
yeah.
They both have their great bookings and bad bookings.
Yes, they do.
So just enjoy both, or if you prefer one over the other, then just leave the other alone.
I just try to tell people to enjoy the show you like, and when you're watching that show, don't make it about the other show.
Exactly.
You know,
Like,
because
oh well, I don't see AEW doing this. Oh well, I don't see
I
WWE. Okay, well,
who watches a good movie or a good TV show and starts to compare that to a show or a movie they don't like? Why would you do that? It just doesn't. The logic isn't there for me to be like, "Wow, I love this movie. Let me compare it to something I don't like and then tweet about it all day."
yeah.
That's
Like I watched the Avengers movie last night with my family, a little movie
yeah.
night before I did my New Japan thing, and then I didn't sit through that movie and think, man, if DC and Justice League just get their crap together, maybe they
Yes,
could be just like this. No, I
that's
didn't do that. I was enjoying the movie, even though I've seen it
because that would
500
be
times.
weird. That's the part they're missing. That would be weird. It's weird. It's
Exactly.
weird behavior, bro. You watch the shit you like. Don't worry about the shit you don't. If you watch everything, is fine to criticize and be critical of everything you watch. But when you don't watch a show, just don't worry about the show. Worry about the ones you like, and I promise you, life will actually be a little bit easier than
Yeah.
complaining all day about things you don't watch.
Like I've seen some podcasts out there talk about negative about NXT and they talk negative about Collision. Well, it's a garbage show. Why would you even watch it? Waste your time and this and that. How do you know? Did you watch it? No, I don't watch it. Okay, well then you can't have an opinion about it because you did not watch the show.
Yep, that's most of their answers. No, I don't waste my time. No, I don't watch that. So how do you know what's going on there? You watch five
Exactly.
minute YouTube clips about people complaining about it that don't like it or probably get paid to talk bad about it. It's like
Clickbait.
if that's your stance, I feel bad for you. But we'll go on to
Yeah, let's get back to the
yeah,
road here.
let's get back to the topic, right? So I'll leave MJF Mystico and Mercedes Zeuxis for last. So
Yeah.
right now we're gonna ask who you got going between Mark Briscoe, one of my favorites right now.
Love him.
People are saying modern day Mick Foley. Um, so we'll see.
Facts.
Yeah, you feel me? Going against Okada. I believe Okada. Let's see if he's got the title on the line.
No, no titles on the line.
No title on the line.
Just a
Um,
one-on-one match.
just a one-on-one. This would just be a brawl. Who you got winning this match?
Oh, I want Mark Briscoe, but a heavy feeling Okada might win due to maybe some either Don Callis family interference or no, I think some Don Callis family interference. I think that's what it might be. Maybe the Young Bucks will get involved. Um, but I think Okada might win, and then if you have some of the Don Callis family interfering, that's when Kenny Omega might come out and help out on Mark Briscoe. That's what I'm thinking. Even
Mm,
though he coughed up blood last week,
yeah,
which
that's
that was that was a pretty cool shot.
six. That was a six spot. That was a six spot. I liked it, but he
I liked it
definitely
too.
shouldn't be out this week if they're playing that off. Um, stop giving me the stomach scares too, man. Like I
Oh
get it.
yeah,
He's
I'm
healthy,
like,
but it's like, bro, listen. In case something, God forbid, ever does happen, stop playing around in that stomach area unless you really have to. But I'm gonna go with I'll take Okada. I don't think he'll win this clean, not because he can't, just because I think they'll protect Briscoe a little bit. This will probably be one of the matches of the night if we get even a 75% Okada, because Briscoe is gonna put everything on the line. I believe we'll have tables, chairs, all the good stuff, blood, everything coming in this match. But I can't see Okada losing going into the unified match. So I'm gonna say Okada wins here. The
if
next
he
match
does lose, it would be because Kenny Omega interferes.
for sure. That I could definitely see happening. I just can't see Briscoe beating him clean. Um, the next match is actually our background. This could also be the match of the night. We got Mascara Dorada,
Ooh, I love
Ricochet.
him.
Yeah, he's amazing. Ricochet, Hologram, and Leo Rush. This should be, I mean, what it says, 4 million pesos, high flying four way. Who you
How
think it
much is 4 million pesos in American dollar, by the way?
Let's check. Let's check
that's,
right now.
that's what I want to know.
I'm thinking it's probably like one of those 100K matches or something like that, but let's see.
Probably. That's what I'm
Um,
thinking. It's probably going to 100K, but 4 million pesos, where it looks
1
bigger.
million, let's see, pesos in US. All right, 1 million pesos, 4 million. Whoops. All right, I think it's a 200K match, but let me just double check. Yeah, it's the 200K match. So 4 million pesos would be $210,000, 210,950
Man. Let's
and
see.
44 cents. So it
I'm going to say. I'm gonna say hologram. That's what I'm going with. Well, even though I love Mascara, I love him, and I'd love for him to win too.
hate the fact
But
they
man,
took the
I
mask
love
off.
me some hologram. I love some hologram.
Yes.
A lot of
Um,
people, there's some, a lot of some folks give him a lot of more criticism than he deserves. He's great in the ring. I love the mask looks cool, the glowing, all the glowing lights and everything. It's freaking cool.
I I have a twist in this match. All
Oh
right. So first thing, I hate that Dorada got his mask removed the other day. That like I'm so against that unless it's like people that want to take it off and just not like Roosh has taken off his mask and a bunch of other wrestlers took it off because they was taking it off. Like
yeah,
if you're gonna continue to wear it, I'm just not really a fan of that. But
yep. Respect the lucha mask.
yeah, like yeah, that just too many. It's like I feel like that's just like too much of a go-to, not for just AEW, for every wrestling company. Besides, well, technically, even in the like even in the luchador companies, um,
Mm-hmm.
first thing they want to do when they start feuding is start ripping out. They leave the mask alone, like you know what I'm saying. Leave that
I
for
don't
like
mind like the little tease where they're like trying to pull it off, and the other wrestlers fighting, and then they're trying.
yeah,
They
but
almost
not
got it.
pulling it off.
Then the guy does some kind of low blow or something to kind of get him to fix his mask, and then they're back in the match. So I don't
That's
mind that
fine.
stuff. But
That's
when you
fine. I
complete, when you
go.
complete take it off,
Yeah.
it lets what you said, like they're already planning to reveal their identity and go that way. Um, yeah, I don't like it. Like, long story short, there was a time back in WCW when they did that to Rey Mysterio,
Yes,
and Rey
Scott Hall and
Mysterio did not want to, but basically was put in a corner. I guess do it or you're done, and
and
he
Nash
did
and
it
Hall stole his mask. Yeah,
exactly. So you saw Rey's real identity for a little while, but then he started wearing it again, especially when you got in WWE.
yeah,
And, I don't like that again unless the individual himself or
yeah,
herself is wanting to take the
yeah.
mask off and reveal their identity and continue their wrestling career that way, or it's a retirement match and this is how I want to retire. That is when I'm okay with it.
Yeah, same.
So
I agree. Um, as for my prediction, I got Ricochet winning with the help of Leo Rush. I believe that when he kept saying he's looking for a crew, I think that Leo Rush and Ashley and Betty will be part of that crew.
you
So
think that was a I think that was a hint, a clue?
I think it's a little hint. I don't think that they showed much of it yet because it looks like he's looking through other people and turning down other people. But I
I
think
really
inevitably
want Gates and Agony. I think Gates and Agony Ricochet would be perfect
that
with
would
each
that would that would be dope. And not saying that that couldn't happen, but I think this match is the reveal. I think Rush helps Ricochet win this match. Um, that is going to be why I believe Ricochet wins it. Um, I'm not sure who takes the pin. Maybe Rush flat up lets Ricochet pin him, or maybe Ricochet pins him and we get some type of unity after the match or some type of respect between the two after the match. Um, I don't think Dorada takes the pin here. I I mean, excuse me, I don't think Hologram takes the pin here, and it's hard to see Dorada taking the pin here. But if I had to pick, it's probably gonna be Ricochet pinning Mascara Dorada. Um, Maybe they have a feud in the future, but that would be my guess for how Ricochet wins. But I do believe that him and Leo end up together some way, some form, and remember, Ricochet, as he's been recruiting people, he's been saying he don't respect what they're doing, stuff like that. Like a couple of people have approached him already. Um, just look at what Leo Rush did, right? He had a kind of spontaneous match with Will Ospreay, right?
hmm
Out of nowhere, right?
Which that was a great match.
It was an amazing match. Leo Rush is so underrated. It's disturbing.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so but
I just would love for them to take those ridiculous coats off. I'm just saying, I don't like
you don't
they
like the Bowser jackets?
don't like the coats. I don't. They look. I'm just not feeling it. I get it. It's their thing. That's cool. Respect that.
Maybe they'll grow on you. Maybe they'll grow on you.
Maybe we'll see. Because there's some things that'll grow on me, but there's some things where I'm just like, nah. I just still don't
It's
like
like
those
it's
jackets.
never
It's
gonna grow.
nothing against them. They're great. I like
Yeah,
Andrade and Leo Rush. I really have been an Andrade fan since he joined AEW.
yeah,
And seeing him and Rush pair together, it's been like a perfect fit in my opinion.
yeah, they have.
I just would like for those, like, get some cool leather jackets, get something like that. Put like CRU spray paint on the back or something, or some cool design on it. Let's see that instead of those that make you look like, I don't know, some kind of, nah, I don't even know what to call it.
Hey, bro,
Just,
I respect it. They remind me of like the shells from the Mario game. That's why I call them the Bosley jackets.
that's it.
Kind of
That's
remind
it.
me like the spike shell. That's why I bet clowned it. But I do love them as a tag team, and I think that them with Ricochet would be cool. They would need some muscle behind them though, so that I believe they would need another person with them. But I do believe whether I know that that was like I feel like that was said on purpose, but maybe in character, it's not gonna seem like he said it in purpose. But I feel like it was a tea leave when he said he was looking for a crew. I just think
Or
I just
what
think
if this turns into a trios match with Ricochet and the crew? Like, let's say this match goes completely chaotic. Then it sets up, all right, let's set up a trios match, and out comes who's been
Commander's
helping
hurt.
Hologram? Who's
Commander's
been
hurt
help,
though.
who's been helping Hologram? Who's been his partner lately? Um,
I think he was with Commander for a little bit, right?
oh yeah, he's injured now.
Yeah. But I feel like
Maybe some other CML talent, and then he'll join in, and it'll be Ricochet and the crew in this trios match. Maybe.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. But I see it coming. Um, Now down to the top two matches. We'll go with the women first. So we got a big time match for the women's CMLL title, heavyweight title, women's championship. It's Zeuxis versus Mercedes Monet. Do you think
Hmm.
Monet continues to collect belts, or do you think Zeuxis finds a way to contain excuse me to retain her title?
See, this is where it was hard because I really do not. And nothing against Mercedes Monet.
Yeah,
Nothing against her. Yeah, all right, dog. Nothing against her, but I think, um, I think her, I think she's gonna win and she's gonna get another title. That's what I'm thinking. I think she's gonna be that belt collector. That's what I'm thinking. I really don't want it because one, I don't want to see this other girl lose her title, but I don't. Um, but like I bet it against Mercedes Moné before and it didn't work out for me. So I think Mercedes Moné is going to win and add another belt to her collection.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and simple. Mercedes is throwing another belt over her shoulder. The only way that it doesn't happen is if somebody interferes. But my guess is what would be best for business, essentially for them, is the for CMLL. I mean, to put the belt on Mercedes, build up one of your other CMLL stars,
Hmm.
and have them dethrone her eventually because it will make whoever you decide to put in that position a bigger star, you know? So, um, I think there's a few women that they've already have on AEW TV from over there that they've been promoting a little bit more than Zeuxis. Um, so I feel like they're probably, I mean, Catalina, um, Persephone, um, there's if one of them gets built up on AEW TV, eventually comes back, takes the title and brings it back to CMLL. LL would be probably how I see this going. I, unless there's a way Zeuxis has someone come out and help her. There's no way Mercedes lose this match. So I'll keep it brief with that. I
But
believe
if
that.
Tony
Go ahead.
Storm interferes and it's a DQ,
These are the things that I'm thinking. A
no
DQ
contest.
a DQ is a high possibility. Um, there's even a few other things you could just have. I mean, there's a few people you could have attack Mercedes just to end this match. Athena, um, Camille, assuming she's not coming back soon, but be a good person to cost her though. Um, one of the ladies from CMLL. Um, I mean, I'd say as much as I love Mercedes, I don't think she needs this belt. I would be happy with the DQ, but I see her leaving with the belt. That's just how I see it, especially on this platform, um, live on TV. I think they're just gonna want that belt showcased for a little bit before they send it back, and I think it will help them. Now I believe that will be the main event. Something tells me that if I had to take a guess. But due to Mystico being arguably one of, if not the biggest star in Mexico right now, I believe this would be my main event. So I saved it for last. We got MJF with his Hurt Syndicate squadron now, going against Mystico. Do you think MJF cheats for the win, or do you think the hometown hero walks away with the victory in this one?
I think Mystico wins this one. That's what I'm thinking. Um, I really hope it doesn't lead to MJF taking another mask off.
Yeah,
Um, but I think Mystico, the hometown hero, is going to win this match, and then probably after the match, that's when the beatdown happens, and you might get some CMLL guys like Atlantis Jr. or
yeah.
um, maybe even Mascara or
Or two
Hologram. They
sided.
all come out and they help Mystico and fight off the Hurt Syndicate. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, we agreed a lot on this, but I can't disagree with you there. Um, Tony loves big moments. And unless there was a bigger moment I could see for Mystico than this, but I can't see it than being in Arena Mexico, you know? So in front of his people, Mystico has to win here. Uh,
Hmm.
if Mystico doesn't win here, he must be getting a spot on the All In card. You see what I'm saying? Like this. And I don't even think that would per se be bigger for him because they have the AEW platform in Arena Mexico,
Hmm.
probably would be his preference for his moment, you know? So I believe that Mystical beats MJF here. I believe maybe he does get a spot on another pay-per-view where MJF gets his win back, but Mystico has to win here in Arena Mexico. If not, I'm looking like that's a major L for I mean for a big moment.
Oh
Um
yeah,
yeah, and I think
we
I
need some more all in matches, man.
yeah we
It's
do.
getting 20 28 days away, 27,
They'll be here.
and we still only have 3 matches. We need to get. This is what I would like to happen for All In Texas. Some
Yeah,
tag team titles, a tag team title, maybe the titles change hands.
yeah,
Um, I would like the Athena and Rosa for the Ring of Honor Women's title on All In Texas because that's her home. But would she take the L in her home? That's the thing. Um, then I would like. I mean, if Tony Khan's going to debut some women tag titles, that'd be a perfect place to do it. Everything's
yeah,
bigger in Texas.
it makes sense.
So I'm not sure if that's in his plan with all these women tag matches we've been seeing. It's got to be leading up to some women tag team titles. It's with Tay J back together, Rant just out of nowhere putting Megan Bain and Penelope Ford together.
Yeah,
Who knows who Harley Cameron will be teamed with when she gets back? Maybe Mercedes Monet again.
yeah,
Um, who knows if Jamie Hayter will get in the mix with somebody?
yeah.
Maybe who knows? Maybe Britt Baker. Her and Hayter were a team before.
I
So
would love to see Baker return.
man, I would love to see Britt Baker back,
I
bro.
something right now I just don't see it happening, but I would love
I
to
have
see
a
it.
feeling she's about to lead the company.
That would be I would be probably leaning towards that as well.
I hope not. I
I
would love for her to stay in AEW because to me, she has been the face of the AEW Women's Division
yeah.
since she began. Of course, we've had some new faces come along, some new top talent, but she can get in the mix with all of them, with Thekla, with Queen Aminata, even though she's faced her before. Um, Timeless Tony Storm, Mercedes Monet, even though she's faced her before already.
Yeah.
Jamie Hayter again. I mean, there's many women on the roster she can get in the mix with.
Yeah, no, I would definitely love to see Brett back sooner rather than later. But
Yep.
I guess we'll see how that goes. One thing, I guess the one thing that I mean, there's a few other things, but the one main thing I would like to see on there is, and I'm not sure who this six. I'll try to go off the fly with it right now, but I would like to see a 6-man ladder match for the TNT title, which
Yes.
which would be the ones I would obviously want to put in there would be Adam Cole, Kyle Fletcher, of course. Um, and now here's where it get dangerous because I don't want to put more members. I don't want to put more than one member of the Don Callis family, although I'm drooling to put Takeshita in this match. But I rather put
Oh,
like
he's gonna be out because the G1 tournament as well.
yeah, agree. I also wasn't even thinking about that. But say like Fletcher, um, Adam Cole, I guess Danny Garcia, because he just recently lost his.
Sammy Guevara.
That's I mean that's he's held the belt, so I mean he's another one. But I would like to see
Maybe that will see the
um
return of Jack Perry.
I, I mean there's I got no problem with that, but I wanna see emphasis on this TNT title going forward. That's what I would like to see. So I want to see something big. Maybe you do Cole Fletcher, Danny Garcia, and you add in people that held the TNT title, which would be Perry Wardlow. You see what I'm saying? Like
Wardlow.
you
I
have
don't
options.
know about putting Wardlow in a ladder match when he just came back from injury. I think that'd be a
Yeah,
little
but
too
but it
risky.
but it to me it seems like he might have been healthy for a long time and just started, working towards the Gladiator show, and
Probably.
they agreed to it was just better to work towards that because they probably I would think they're gonna tack on the injury time anyways, right? So
Hmm.
um I think he's healthy, bro. I don't think same thing with Camille. Um, Wardlow actually had an injury though. I just think that they've had an extensive absence due to the gladiators, and it's crazy when you look at them. They literally, if you look at them and then you think American Gladiators, it just dawned
Yes.
on me like, how didn't I see this already? Like, how did I not see this? You know? But
It's gonna be fun to watch. I hope it's on somewhere where like a streaming app. That'd
yep,
be awesome.
yeah. I hope it isn't something that comes out and just doesn't do nothing. Like I grew up loving American Gladiators. Like that was one of my go tos during the afternoon as a kid. You know?
Oh
So
yeah,
and but other
yeah.
than
I would
that,
like to see that for the TNT title. That would be great.
yeah,
Um, Trios. I would honestly, with the ops, I wouldn't mind seeing him facing maybe the Crew and Ricochet
that'd
for
be
the
cool.
trios titles.
Maybe Hobbs turns on them and goes with Ricochet, and that's the muscle causing Hook
Or if
to come
Jack
back.
Perry does return and it's the Young Bucks and Jack Perry.
That would be dope too. One thing now that you bring up the trios, I feel like I'm doing a disservice not bringing this up because it just feels like the biggest miss for me right now. And I know there's politics and stuff in it. Um, and I'm not. I'd be lying if I said I'm fully like in tune with what exactly those politics are. So I'm not gonna get into that. But to not have Roosh, Dralistico, and more, well, mainly Roosh, to not bring him back to Arena Mexico for this card, it's a miss. It's huge.
It's a big miss.
I don't understand if it's CMLL saying they won't work with him. But I feel like
But
when
didn't
you
he wrestle with them before?
yeah, but then yeah, and I know we had a falling out with I believe AAA. Like I don't know exact. That's why I said I don't want to speculate on the exact problems,
Yeah.
because I don't know them exactly. But I just know that he could main event this card, 1-on-1 versus anybody you pick. Arena Mexico will go nuts to have Roosh back in that building. It's a
Mm-hmm.
miss. Like I would you know.
Have Bruce versus Kevin Knight 101 main event.
Like yo, you literally could have Roosh versus anyone. Mexico would have went nuts, right? So I don't know what the problem is, but whatever it is, they need. I mean, I pray they solve it. You guys are business partners. You guys got to do what's best for business. Keeping Roosh off this card is not what's best for business. It's just not.
No,
You know what I mean? Like
no.
it's just not.
That'd be
So
like AAA and WWE keeping Vikingo off the
yeah,
NXT
that
What's the Live pay per view.
you see what I'm saying? So I don't
Like,
know. Yeah, I don't know what needs to be worked out. Um, but he should not be getting that Alberto El Patron treatment. Like that's what I
no.
feel like he's getting right now. Like there's a lot of things he's left off of. He can't do this, can't do this. It's like look at man, this
I
is
mean,
a
we could have a trios match with LFI versus somebody.
yeah, this is a top talent in your company that had opportunities to leave the company but chose to re-sign a 6-year deal with the company. Like you guys
He's
got
committed to AEW.
yeah, so
These
whatever
are the guys that Tony Khan needs to center not only his title matches around, but big story match, big show pay per view matches, because these are the men and women that are wanting to elevate and to want to continue the mission and the goal of AEW. When
yeah.
you sign some of these other wrestlers that are 1 year, 2 year deals, a stepping stone to WWE or wherever, that is where you get that's where you get your where it hurts you because you're going to have them be a star for a minute, and then as soon as their contract's up, well, there they go to the other side, and then that's where you have everybody clowning on you and all this stuff, which I don't see why people are clowning because who was Mariah May before AEW? No disrespect to her, but has anybody heard of her before AEW?
I mean, you would have to watch Japan or Stardom. like to know who she was.
Probably. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about here in the States.
She wasn't. No, no, not too many
So
people who.
Stardom, Japan, big talent, right?
Yeah.
Or who say she was big? Who say she wasn't that big yet?
We'll
You
just
know,
say
she
out
didn't.
there for them, she was pretty big.
Okay, so then there you go. I'm new to Japan and the Stardom, so as I start getting more into this, I'll start knowing, especially a lot more wrestlers that come in
Yeah,
to
I would.
AEW or WWE in the future.
Yeah, not even
Um,
Japan. I would just say like towards the end of her run in Stardom, she was
mhm.
pretty big for them. Like for them, but
Okay,
still not
so
like a globally wide known wrestler though. Still not.
but then when she got to AEW, she was a no. She for those who watched, she was
Yeah,
a no name.
yeah,
Just kind of like even Julia WWE.
yeah,
I didn't know anything about her, but then once everyone said, "Oh, she had amazing matches in Stardom, this and that," I'm like, "Oh,
yeah,
okay." So I went to watch some of them. I
yeah.
was like, "Oh man, this chick
Same,
pretty good."
exactly, same type of thing.
And then for Mariah May, I didn't know that about the Stardom thing. I thought that's what her time in AEW. So
Yeah,
I had that wrong. So, um, but when she got to AEW, she was a manager at one point, and then she started getting more into the ring, and then she elevated. She got bigger. She got better, which upsets me. Why, when she's now with WWE, why is she on the developmental brand?
sorry to
Why isn't
develop.
she already on the main roster when she's already a star? It could be a short term thing, kind of like what Julian Valkyrie did.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it is. Just give a little couple months, get your feet in the water, and there you go. But to me, women like that who have been there and done that before, they don't need to be in NXT. They need to. That's main roster because they need more feuds in that women's division as well. It's the same old we've been getting. But for AEW, back to there, you want to center around these wrestlers who are wanting to commit long term and elevate, like Ricochet, Hologram, Rouge, of course, Omega, and the Elite. And then anybody who does it or not decided yet, you can keep them in Ring of Honor. Or you can have them in AEW, but they may not get a big push like the others because we want people who are committed here, who want to elevate AEW and who want to continue pushing AEW bigger and better and basically try to get back to where they were when they started. Packing out arenas, getting more people in the arena. And if you, I don't really like to focus on the stupid talk of ratings and um,
yeah. I
and
try to
the
limit
ticket sales.
myself. Yeah,
Because if you actually go look at it, Fightful has on their website of the attendance, and a lot of it, besides the 2021 when you had one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling with CM Punk, it was pretty consistent. It was around 3 to 5, 6,000 in an arena. Then
yeah,
when Punk came along, it started packing out because yes, he's a big star, but then when all that drama happened, I think that really hurt their momentum as well.
yeah.
Not
Definitely.
only with the pandemic and then Punk situation, those two big things right there to me hurt AEW's momentum. Because when they
Absolutely.
were coming out 2019 and 2020, they were hot. I mean, it was like the first show was like 13, 14,000 in the arena.
I
Uh,
agree. That
so and
punk.
then when they had the first revolution, it was up to like close to I think 16 or 17,000. And then the pandemic happened, you know.
Yeah.
So and then when you had in 2022 or 2021 to 2022, going into 2023, those 2 years, that's when Punk came along. They got big again, started getting momentum, momentum, momentum. Then the whole scrum happened, the division happened, and then there you go. I think they kind of need to get back to the original statement and mission of let's no, don't worry about the other company. Focus on AEW.
Mm,
Focus on us being the alternative, elite, and doing great matches and even putting in some stories. See, a lot of people focus on these stories when there's stories going on A lot of times you're probably not watching weekly enough to know what the story's going on, or you just don't like the story. Maybe it don't
Agree.
make sense to you, or you're just not as invested.
I agree. Um,
So,
go ahead.
so when people say that about AEW, there's stories that go on. There are a lot of stories that go on. There's some times where yes, they drops the ball on some things, but every wrestling company does.
Yeah, no
It's not
wrestling.
the AEW ain't the only, ain't the first, and won't be the last.
Yeah, no wrestling company is perfect. Before we wrap up, though, I want to ask you one thing because I've been asking everybody this lately. All right, I'm gonna give you two choices: one male wrestler, one female wrestler. If you could tell TK to sign any two wrestlers right now as an AEW fan, who's the male talent you're signing? Who's the female talent you're signing? And you could
Male
give
talent.
why if you like.
Now, is this free agents from the WWE or just anybody?
Free has to be a free agent.
Okay. I think Shotzi and Elena Black would be two good women that could add to the roster.
Yep,
They got star power. A lot of people were upset when they were released. And I think, especially with the creative freedom, they can go into AEW, and they both stated it on the Ari Emanuel podcast.
yep.
They love it over there. They love the creative freedom, and they love to go back. So hopefully Tony Khan is listening to that. Uh, so I think those would be good, two good women for TK to sign. As far as men, I would love, um, I would love Braun Strowman. He would be great.
That's
Yeah.
actually a first I've heard
Having a
that.
big guy like him in AEW would be great. Especially if he locks it up with Luchasaurus, um, or even teams with Luchasaurus. How about that?
That- That'd be dope.
Let's see. Who else on the list on that release? I'm trying to think. Who was another big male star?
Um, size wise or just name wise?
Oh, just name wise. Like, just
I
not
mean,
big as a physique.
Cedric is out there still.
Oh yeah, sign Cedric. Him a part of the Hurt Syndicate. Put him back to. Let's get the whole band back together.
Cardona's technically still out
They could
there.
go after the trios titles.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I don't.
Matt
I
Cardona would be great.
Cardona would be fire. Um,
Uh, let's
I agree.
see.
One thing I would say is my top female signing, if I was him, would probably be Shotzi. I just like a few things that she said. Not that interview was a good interview because I feel like she glowed up. She like lit up when she was talking about AEW.
Mhm.
She did still say she would love to go back to WWE, but when they started talking about AEW, she was like really like lit up. Like you could
Oh
tell
yeah.
she likes AEW.
Well, it's
Um,
because of the creative freedom. WWE puts a lot of
not
restriction, even with Triple H. Now, there's probably some freedom, but not as much freedom as AEW has.
I also think Shotzi's more of a wrestler that enjoys the wrestling aspect of it. And I don't think she really ever got to be
Hmm.
herself in the WWE ring.
Yeah.
Um, and I know she's had a few botches over the years, and people really like terrorized it, like tortured her over those things. But it's like, look at, I don't think that was ever her wrestling style. As soon as she stepped out, look, she's back in her comfort zone. Um, I also like the fact that she went along with like think like this. This is the few you gotta like. I look between lines with a lot of when a lot of these wrestlers are talking. For example, when a Will Ospreay goes out there and tells just tells the world that they want people to earn spots now. And it's not even, like a cocky thing. It's just like they've already learned their lesson from letting you just jump ship, come in, think that you're better than what's going on over there, and then jump back out, right? So they want unity and loyalty, and they want you to earn your spot. So not only did Shotzi say that in the interview, but that she loved AEW, but she said that not in that interview, but the next day she literally went out and said she wants to earn her spot in AEW. She
No, it
wants
was that interview. It was later on at
so
the end.
yeah, but
She
I didn't
stated,
Yeah.
that they don't want her to sign her. Just oh, she's former WWE. She wants to earn her spot, which I love
Oh,
that because, like you said, it's not when people heard Will Ospreay say you got to earn your spot. It wasn't as well you suck and to our standards, so you got to earn your spot. It's the loyalty thing. It's are you committed or you're just going to be here until they give you a ring when your contract's up.
yeah.
And that to me speaks volume because now they're paying attention and they are, all right, we need to get serious and start signing longevity instead of short term stars that give us a little bit of a boost and then they go back to the other side and then we're back to square one.
Agreed. And see, I seen it clipped. I didn't get to watch the whole video. So yeah, I seen it at different times. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The fact that she kind of reiterated what Will Ospreay said kind
Mm-hmm.
of tells you, look it, she's ready to go through the grind. And she
Yep.
went out and she had a crazy hardcore match that first night she was out there.
Which
Um,
I get to see her live in Dallas facing Matt Cardona at GCW. I can't wait. I got tickets.
the new indie god, I'm riding with her.
Yes.
Don't sue me. Don't sue me, Matt. Sorry. Um, but but
Matt Cardona, we love you, but
yeah, we love
you
you,
got to
Matt.
pass the torch sometime, brother.
For sure, right? Go get a goddamn contract somewhere, man. Give her
Yes.
the let her be the indie god for a while. But before we get up out of here, Aaron, let them know where to find you. I got your Twitter hashtag down or your Twitter at down below. Anywhere else you would like them to reach out to you as far as YouTube stuff like that?
Not only can you follow me on X, Twitter, that's my biggest following, but you can also, I just got Blue Sky. It's not too bad. Been kind of posting on there, getting some recognition on there, got some followers. So trying to boost that up. They said soon they'll be getting into the monetization deal. So I want to hang around, stick for that. So I'm on there. It's different there. It's Aaron, just look up Aaron Loves Wrestling because they have a little weird kind of handle for theirs. You got to put the blue sky in and the spell. So just put Aaron Loves Wrestling and you should find me. Hopefully, if not, just let me know. I put it on my YouTube videos, so the tag is there. I'm on Threads and Instagram. Same thing. Aaron Loves Wrestling. And I'm also on TikTok. Aaron Loves Wrestling. And here on YouTube. Subscribe. Trying to get to 100. Bye.
Yes,
All in
sir.
Texas. I'm at 50. I'm halfway there. So if y'all hear this,
Everybody that watches, subscribe. Get them to 100 before All in Texas, please.
that that's the goal. Is 100 by All in Texas. And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be filming, getting some pictures. I'm going to Starcast. So hopefully get some pictures with some of the wrestlers there. I'm gonna aim for Moxley. That's gonna be one of them. I'm going to aim for, and just depending on the prices, like I'm going to aim for. But I would really love to get one with Moxley. That'd be great.
See what it
Um,
is, man. I'll probably see you there.
yep, yep. And hey, there's still tickets for that GCW show. They weren't a
Listen,
bad price either. I got.
what what date is that show?
It's the Friday before, it'll be July 11th. I wanted to go to the Ring of Honor show, but you had the only thing I'd seen for as far as tickets were for the VIP thing. Wasn't just any single tickets. Even went to their website and on the app, and it's just the VIP. So that's a bummer because I was wanting to try to attend that one,
Yeah, I'm gonna let
but
me look. It might just be recorded before one of the shows you're going to. That might be the
maybe
thing.
that might
You
be it.
might actually double check your tickets, make sure one of them doesn't have the Ring of Honor taping before or after it. That could be what it is. If not, I'll look into it and figure it out for you. Cause I think I want to go to that Ring of Honor show myself.
Well, that
Especially
one's July 11th. It
yeah,
said Friday night, so. But it said it was far, if you want to, I highly doubt that'd be it though, because if you want to pack that, you're gonna need to sell some single tickets if you don't want to pack that Ring of Honor show. But I already got GCW, so I'm gonna go to that. Joey Janela's gonna be there as well,
the bad boy.
and Elena Black's gonna be there.
Oh,
Matt
he good.
Cardona versus Shotzi.
Oh, it's gonna be a
Um,
dope show. That's the
it's
one I'm trying. I got to get to that one. I'm gonna have to see
Yeah,
what
like
I
I said,
can
they're
do.
still for sale. Me and my buddy, we got the fourth floor on ringside. So it was
Oh,
fifty
nice.
bucks. 50
So
bucks.
listen, I'm put like this, right when we gonna jump off this live stream, and I'm gonna look into it, bro. But
Yes.
anything else you
There's
want
some
to throw in?
big names showing up. So
Yeah, I'm literally gonna snatch the tickets if I can make it happen. But before we sign off, we're pre-recordings. This will be dropped on Tuesday. Everybody get ready for a great Grand Slam Mexico. Let us pray that before that day, I see Roosh is on this card, a added late person. That's, I
yes.
mean, just Tony, give it to us, bro. You know that you're supposed to do this. But other than that, I'm Mob Miz. We're signing out. Have a blessed night, everybody.
There we go.
Enjoy your night, my brother.
You too, man.